On behalf of Bentley University, I welcome you to Convocation 2019. I call Dr. Robin Olson, the Spiritual Life team, to lead the invocation. Please rise and remove your caps for the invocation.
Good afternoon. Greetings to you from our team of Protestant, Catholic, Jewish, and Muslim chaplains in your Spiritual Life Center. We stand with you in service to the variety of spiritual, religious, and ethical traditions represented in this arena today. We are together celebrating our diversity in the unity of this big, beautiful, beloved Bentley community. It is great to see everyone in one place. Let's be mindful of all of the bittersweet and exciting emotions that are present with us in this momentous time. With a great big inhale, collective inhale, and the exhale is important, and an exhale. To be present in this moment. One of the ways that we are present in this moment is to pause in prayer. And so I invite you to pray with us, and at the end of the prayer, we'll conclude in silence for each to mark the occasion in accord with your own custom. Will you pray with me? Holy wisdom, in whose many names we gather, we invoke your blessing on our newest falcons. Be present with them as they stand this day on the very threshold of new beginnings. Grace them with gratitude. Bless them with calm assurance and equip them with enthusiasm. Breathe through their lives, animating the quest for the common good as their passion and as their privilege. Gracious God, we invoke your blessings on families and friends and all of the parents who are here to support our new students. Sustain them through the teary goodbyes and rejoice with them as you set dreams in motion. We thank you for family love, sacrifice, and trust. Guiding light, we ask your blessings upon the staff and the faculty and the administration of Bentley University. May we lead by example, inspire by compassion, and teach by wisdom. And now, in gratitude for all of the paths we have traveled to get to this moment, and for joy for all that is yet to be, we pause in silent reflection. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Robin and the Spiritual Life team. Please be seated. I now invite Andrew Shepherdson, Vice President for Student Affairs and Dean of Students, to the lectern.
Welcome to Bentley University. This is a day you will long remember. I can still recall the excitement and a lot of anxiety that marked my first few days as a college student. I was ready to explore the world on my own and discover new experiences and develop new friendships, but I was nervous about leaving home and getting to know a new community. It's a time of mixed emotions, but I know each of you are ready to succeed. That's why we've all been looking forward to you joining our community. Students, Today, you officially become a member of the student body of Bentley University. And parents and family, your child becomes a university student. To recognize the magnitude of this moment, we gather together for our convocation. This formal academic ceremony is designed to help all of us reflect on the journey that lies ahead for all of the members of the class of 2023. Your university education at Bentley is designed to challenge you and to make you think about the world in a different light. Here you will learn creative ways to approach problems, develop new knowledge, and come to better understand your own limits. Our expectations are high, but we know that you are ready for this challenge. Today you join a community of scholars. To get you started, Bentley's provost and one of our dedicated professors will both share details about our esteemed faculty and the role you will play in your own learning. One of your talented peers will perform, and your student government president will share his insights on the student experience. And finally, our president will offer some advice she believes will help you approach all that lies ahead. And I hope by the end of this ceremony, you will come away with a few key understandings. Number one, over the course of your studies at Bentley, you will have the chance to find and develop mentors. These mentors can be faculty members, staff members, and even your own fellow students. There are countless members of this community who are ready and willing to help you succeed. Number two, the next 4 years will be filled with opportunities to engage with your fellow classmates. Take advantage. Beginning with orientation activities will encourage you to get out of your rooms and interact with the diverse community that makes Bentley so special. And number three, know that you are an important member of an amazing group of individuals that together make up the class of 2023. We wanted you to be a member of this class for a reason. Your classmates, those on your left and those on your right, are excited to meet you, learn from you, and befriend you. Share your talent and your experiences with each other. Thank you, and again, welcome to Bentley University.
I now call Interim Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, Donna Maria Blancero, to the lectern.
Good afternoon. I'm delighted to welcome each of you to Bentley. My name is Donna Maria Blancero, and I serve as the Provost and Vice President of Academic Affairs. I'm guessing that many of you are kind of wondering what a provost is, and the easy answer for me is that it's absolutely the best job in the world. I have the pleasure of working with our amazing faculty and staff, and I'm lucky to come to work each and every day to be surrounded by thought leaders, innovative practitioners, and truly exceptional students. More formally, the Provost is the Chief Academic Officer. I work together with our faculty and members of the academic leadership to ensure that we deliver a high-quality, rigorous, and relevant curriculum that will prepare you for life beyond your undergraduate experience. Each of you is about to embark on an incredible 4-year journey. You will engage in coursework that will expose you to a variety of theories and models. You'll integrate the arts and sciences with our outstanding business curriculum. You will expand your imagination. You'll cultivate acumen that will enable you to both identify and solve challenging problems that plague our society. And this is the hallmark of a Bentley degree. As I stand in front of you today, however, I ask for more from you. I ask that you commit yourself to a transformative experience. I ask that you participate in opportunities that demand you to think, feel, and connect with others in new ways. For some of you, this transformation will result in a research project where you partner with one of our outstanding faculty. Others of you may be transformed through leadership and involvement in co-curricular activities. And some of you will be transformed through passionate and thoughtful dialogue with your peers, dialogue ideally that begin in the classroom and continue into the residence halls. This transformation does not occur by simply spending 4 years on campus. It requires effort, commitment, and intellectual capacity. Each of you is admitted to Bentley with the belief that you have the ability to rise to this challenge, and I hope that you will utilize the people and resources available to you to truly maximize your undergraduate experience. To help guide you along your college journey, we ground our work and our studies in 7 core values. In just a moment, we will share a video that highlights these values and explains what they mean here at Bentley. I'd like to draw your attention, however, to one of these values, that of diversity. I am heartened by the diversity in our community: diversity of talent, diversity of identity, and diversity of lived experiences. Today's ceremony provides you with a flavor of the diversity that is present on our campus. I implore you to explore it further. The great transformation that awaits for you begins as you expose your mind to the diversity of perspectives around you. I am so gratified by the opportunity to welcome the class of 2023, and I wish you tremendous success in the upcoming year. Thank you.
Bentley University is a community of students, faculty, and staff who are committed to learning. For the best environment for learning to occur, we as a community embrace these 7 core values.
We practice understanding, compassion, and kindness, and we consider the impact our actions have on other people.
We welcome new perspectives as we work with others towards a common goal.
We're all different, and that makes our community stronger. And we celebrate those differences as opportunities to learn and grow.
We act with honesty and integrity in our academic, personal, and professional lives.
We recognize our potential to make a difference.
We are all passionate about knowledge and want to continue to learn throughout our lives.
We treat others as they would like to be treated and strive to better understand and appreciate everyone.
Caring,
Collaboration,
Diversity,
honesty,
Impact,
Learning.
Respect.
These are Bentley's core values. They represent how we try to live every day as proud members of the Bentley community. Will you join us?
Thank you, Dr. Blancero. Now I call to the lectern Mateo Cruz, Lecturer of Management, to deliver the faculty address.
Thank you. Thank you, friends and family, faculty, staff, and administration, class of 2023. Let's just hear it for class of 2023. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you for including me in this wonderful celebration. Today marks the day that you set out on a truly life-changing journey. And today is the day that we welcome you to our tribe. It seems like only yesterday, when I was new to Bentley, I was walking across campus to teach one of my first classes, carrying a large foam board and the wind took hold of it and blew it across campus, and it knocked out an entire line of students standing at the food truck. It's true, it's hard being new. But like many, we engage in rituals to help. Some are formal and sacred, others silly and seemingly insignificant. But do not be fooled, because there is nothing we do here at Bentley that is without deep intention and purpose. This is important to remember next year when you're required to take my class, GB 215. Because here at Bentley, we are motivated by the goal of transforming you to become the change leaders of your generation in business and beyond. And we do that by engaging you in active learning experiences, both inside and outside of the classroom. Because research on experiential learning demonstrates that we're more likely to remember what we learned when it is tied to a lived, felt experience. And we want you to remember what you will learn here at Bentley about yourselves, about teams and organizations, so that if you see a scapegoating dynamic unfold, or a leader abuse their power, or a woman, an LGBT person, or person of color silenced or sidelined at work, you will take a stand. And having met you now through your campus applications and your early activity, we know you will. Because if there's one thing I'm certain about, it is that the students at Bentley University understand the power of inclusion and small acts of kindness. I know this because it is how I arrived at this podium today. I believe that it is only through these small acts of kindness and our relationships that we have the power to disrupt intractable conflict and contribute to lasting systemic change. And there's no question that your generation is going to face seemingly intractable conflict. But I know a secret about changing systems. We are part of the system. And so when we reach out to each other and we embrace the misfits and the outcasts, the oppressed, and the strangers at the gate, we contribute to real change. I call this the Kelly effect. Allow me to explain. When I was in college, I went through a personally difficult time. As a result, when I graduated, I had no money and no home. My job after graduation was pumping gas on the 5 a.m. to 3 p.m. shift at the local 76. And one summer morning, a car pulled in for service, and out stepped a former classmate of mine named Kelly. And she approached me with a folded piece of paper, and she said, "I didn't know if I would ever see you again, but in the off chance that I did, I wanted to give you this." And she handed me an email that she had printed out just for me about an internship in California. And that one small act of kindness changed my life. Because I applied for that internship and 3 months later received my first full-time job offer to direct a leadership program for LGBT youth. And in that program, I met my first organizational psychologist, who gifted me with a scholarship to attend a T group at Stanford Business School. And in that T group, I found my calling. And that calling led me here, to you. The Kelly effect. As I was preparing these remarks, I thought I should look Kelly up and tell her what I'm telling you, how that small act of kindness changed the trajectory of my life. So you can imagine my devastation when I learned that Kelly had passed away in 2006 at the age of 27. I never took the chance to thank Kelly for teaching me one of my greatest lessons, that in all the things you're poised to do, the thing that we remember most are our relationships and those small acts of kindness. So my new friends, I have one request before we part ways, a ritual, if you will. Would you join me in honoring Kelly's memory and the spirit of your class by committing to an act of kindness for a classmate in the coming year? If yes, we created a way to help. Today when you sat down, you received an index card and a pen. Please take those out. And when you do, I would like for you to write your name on it and your email address. And write legibly because we know what your handwriting looks like. When you're done, I'm going to ask you to pass the card to someone else, another student in your vicinity. And while this happens, if I could, parents, you may also want to consider turning around to those who are around you, because you are also an integral part of this community, and you will also need small acts of kindness as your own journey unfolds. Have we got the index cards? Passing them around. Pass them around. Okay, that's enough excitement for one moment. All right, when you get your card, everyone, I want you to look at it and read the name to yourself. Take a look at your card, read it. And I want you to make a commitment. We got our card, read the name. We are off to a good start this year, okay? Read the name, and when you do, your job is to reach out to that person this next year. Sit down with them and ask them, how are things going? What's going well and what might be challenging? And when they share with you, your job is to listen to them carefully, because sometimes we don't know what kind of help we need. And if we succeed in this task together, we have the power to create a Kelly effect of our own here at Bentley University. And not only will we strengthen the relationships in the class of 2023, but we will harness the power of inclusivity and contribute to lasting systemic change. Thank you, and welcome to our tribe.
Thank you, Mateo. I would now like to invite Artist Street from the class of 2020 to the stage for today's musical performance. For this ceremony, artists will be performing an original composition.
Hello. My name is Artist Street, and I'm a senior here at Bentley University. Man, this is amazing, looking out and just seeing all these amazing faces who are about to embark on the most amazing journey of all time called college. Wow, so I thought I would write a song. It's called A Letter to My Mama. It's taken from the viewpoint of you guys who are about to go on this 4-year journey, and perhaps what you guys might be saying to your parents who are standing out on these bleachers. So I hope you enjoy. We made it this far, and we gave it our all just to see me here. So mom, don't shed a tear, 'cause we've done it, was running the race, and we won it, setting the pace for my little sis, that it feels like this. All new people and all new fears, growth and learning for the next 4 it's my time. So mama, you can have some peace of mind, 'cause we're making friends on the way. We're making the best of our days, love until the end. Loving all our friends. We're nervous. This uncertainty, it disturbs us. 'Cause right now we're free to make mistakes. To be real, not fake. All new people and all new fits. Growth and learning for the next 4 years. It's my moment and it's my time. So mama, you can have some peace of mind, 'cause we're in college. 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 Welcome to Bentley, guys. Cool.
Thank you, artists, for that wonderful performance. Now I'd like to invite Jesse Nava from the class of 2020 and the student government president to the lectern to offer a welcome on behalf of the student body.
Hello, everyone. Artist was amazing, and he was completely right that this view is awesome. It looks beautiful from up here. Just letting you guys know you guys look good. So hello, everyone. My name is Jesse Nava, and I am your Student Government Association president. I would like to first and foremost welcome you to Bentley. 3 years ago, I was seated exactly where you are. Well, not exactly. Before we had a tent up on the upper space. Now you have this nice, $40 million arena, which is great. But just imagine I was seated where you are. So I was a boy from Southern California who already missed his home, and who at the time thought that Worcester was pronounced Worcester. So if you don't get that, that's most likely because you're from Southern California as well, and don't worry, you'll catch on. I'm very familiar with some of the thoughts and feelings that you're experiencing. You'll most likely be excited, anxious, or maybe even a little scared. And I'm here to tell you wholeheartedly that I felt the same exact way. You may be thinking to yourself that you have no idea what your life is going to look like in 3 to 4 years, and I'm here to tell you that, frankly, you're right. But there is a beauty in the unknown of this 4-year journey that you're about to embark on. I can tell you that as a rising senior, I don't know exactly what my dream job or dream position is, but I do know what I want it to look like. I want to be in a position where I can help others and make change through the intersection of business and government, where my love for people and my love for numbers coincide. Now, I didn't find this out through a YouTube video or through a book, and I most definitely did not find it out by the end of my first day at Bentley. Where I found it was in each and every single one of the beautiful experiences that I've had here at Bentley. You see, what I did was try and be a part of all the organizations, the programs, the internships that I was genuinely interested in. And by the way, there were plenty of times when I had applied for an internship or ran for a leadership position and had come up empty. It's going to happen, and it will happen to you. Along the way, I took note of what I liked and what I didn't like, every experience bringing me closer to my true calling. It takes quite a significant amount of vulnerability to look at an opportunity in the eye and say, I'm going to go for this regardless of the outcome. Before coming to Bentley, I was perfectly fine with being in my comfort zone and not straying from it. It was during my freshman year orientation that I took the leap to step outside of that comfort zone and challenge myself to experience all that Bentley could provide. There was an opportunity to step in front of the entire first-year class and share an experience that most people didn't know. And actually, all people didn't know, except for my family. I took that opportunity, and that single act of bravery changed my life. I went up on stage 3 years ago, and I shared an experience that I had not told anybody. Not even my closest friends in high school or the teammates on my baseball team knew about this experience. I talked about how my family and I had experienced homelessness, and how my father had kicked my mom, my sister, and I out of our home and onto the street. And how my mom, a Mexican immigrant, was able to lift her children out of homelessness by working multiple jobs and attending school at night. From sharing my story with no one to sharing my story with over 2,000 people in one instance, I felt invincible. I carried that feeling into my experience here at Bentley. And I encourage each and every one of you to take advantage of all the opportunities that come your way, because each and every one of your paths is going to look very different, and the only way for you to know which path is right for you is for you to take advantage of everything that comes at you. The reality is that you're going to fail. You're going to fail a lot. You're going to scrape your knee, you're going to fall down, but you need to get up, because from that comes growth. And without taking chances, you're going to miss out on all that this beautiful institution has to offer. You never know what single act of bravery can change your life. I wish for you the same experience that I've had in my past 3 years, ones of maturity, love, and most importantly, fun. I would like to leave you with one last piece of advice, and that is whenever you feel homesick, whenever you feel stressed, whenever you feel alone, take a look around you and look at the other 900 students that are sitting in the same arena and notice how they're going through the same exact things that you are. You are never alone here at Bentley, especially when you are an incoming freshman. Use the resources at your disposal. Talk to your OLs, talk to your RAs, talk to your professors, and talk especially to those beautiful individuals who work at the Counseling Center. They are there for you. Everyone here is here for you to succeed. I did not know that my best friends were sitting under the same tent as I was 3 years ago, and I guarantee that that is the same case for you as well. As your student government president and as a member of this community, I would like to welcome you to the Bentley family. Welcome, class of 2023.
Thank you, Jesse. It is my pleasure as a ceremonial marshal to welcome to the lectern the 8th president of Bentley University, Dr. Allison Davis Blake.
Thank you so much for that warm welcome. It's my honor as president of Bentley University to welcome each of you to our academic community. Today, as has been sung and talked about, marks a key milestone in your lives, the beginning of your college career. And Mom and Dad, I know that artists told you not to cry, but when you get home, I'm a mom of college kids. Yeah, it's okay. The tear can be okay. Just don't post it. Don't share it. I know that you students out there must have a lot going through your minds as you settle into new dorm rooms, meet new roommates and friends, and acclimate to the campus that you will call home for the next 4 years. These first few days will be filled with excitement. But before we get too far into the rush that's going to start right after this, let's pause and take a time to reflect and recognize this moment. The Latin roots of the word convocation mean to call us together. We are called together right here, right now, to mark the beginning of your college careers and to reflect on the many opportunities that await you. You're joining our community at a very special time. Over the past year, our students, faculty, and staff came together to revitalize our mission statement in an effort to better reflect who we are as an institution and where we're going. Building on the growth and success of Bentley's first 100 years, our mission now proudly states that Bentley University changes the world by delivering a transformative business education integrated with arts and sciences that inspires and prepares ethical leaders who will confront the challenges of today and shape the opportunities of tomorrow. Changes the world. That is a lofty goal, and it comes with high expectations. But class of 2023, when you wrote to us, that is exactly what you told us that you wanted to do. That's why you're here with us today, because you want to change the world. Sitting here today, you've taken that next step in your very personal journey. Our mission is to help you realize what that means and ultimately to help each of you identify your personal approach to excellence. Your approach to excellence, how you will change the world. It's a big and maybe scary idea, but it doesn't have to be. Changing the world comes in many forms, but each of them requires excellence. Whether you plan to build a business that changes the opportunities people have, or invent a new system, product, or service that makes people's lives easier, or make a profound impact, the Kelly effect, on one young person's life through service learning, you can change the world while you're with us and long after you cross the stage at commencement. Think of how important that is. You can change the world. You can change lives. Like all of you here today, I'm actually fairly new to Bentley. I just finished my first year as president, and I'm very much looking forward to what this second year will bring. I'd like to share a little bit about how I came to stand before you today. I've dedicated my whole career to higher education because I strongly believe in the transformational potential of a college experience. And I chose to come to Bentley because that transformation is so powerful here. Your path to a rewarding career and life-changing opportunities also begins today. As we get started, I want to offer a few guideposts for the paths ahead. 3 pillars for you to consider as you decide on your personal approach to excellence. Dr. Martin Luther King once said that a complete life is one that is 3-dimensional. He described the length, breadth, and height of a life well lived. I think each of us defines those dimensions for ourselves. For me, the length that Dr. King describes is the commitment to learning throughout our lifetimes. It's about the need to reinvent ourselves through an openness to learning when adaptation is necessary. Its breadth is a commitment to wide-ranging study and inquiry, commitment to learning how to learn and how to reflect and retain what we've learned. And its height is the aspiration to identify our own approach to excellence and to reach for excellence in the things that truly matter to us. In thinking of Dr. King's words, I look back on how I developed my approach to excellence. As I said, I've spent a great deal of my life in academia. My parents were academics, and I grew up very, very familiar with universities, especially their veterinary medicine and veterinary barns and fields, which were just literally blocks from my home near the University of Minnesota. And after earning my undergraduate degree and then working through postgraduate education, I still found myself continuously drawn to learning. But I had one huge problem. I never, ever knew what I wanted to do next, what my next job would be. People would ask me, "What's your career plan?" I'd go, I don't know. And I've never been able to answer that. I spent so much time growing up thinking about that. And in doing so, I ended up helping a lot of other people figure out what they wanted to do. But I just really couldn't figure out what I wanted to do in my career because I was so busy helping other people figure out what they wanted to do. But I guess someone's joining us maybe. But through that process, I learned that I had a gift for engaging people with their own learning. When I look back at my previous schooling, I saw actually very similar trends. In high school, I spent time tutoring my peers and found that I was really passionate about helping them do things that they thought they weren't capable of, like solving algebra problems. And even before that, in the 3rd grade, I was enrolled in a public school in New York City where I spent time tutoring immigrant children in reading and writing. And while the content we discussed still escapes my memory, I still remember the names and the faces of those students. There was Elizabeth from Poland who had long, blonde, beautiful hair that was curly, like I wanted mine to be, and shiny blue eyes. And there was Carlos from Cuba, who talked furtively with his dark eyes, very sadly, about a place called Havana that was merely a name on the news to me until I met him. And I still remember the moment of excitement we'd both feel when we got through an obstacle and the words came more easily. That's because I was passionate about helping others learn and grow. You may not know what your passion is yet, but you're sure to discover it throughout these 4 years by being open to new experiences and putting yourself in new situations. The more experiences you are open to, the more opportunities you'll have to find and grow your passions. Students, during this year, take time to ask yourself, when am I most joyful? Pay attention to those feelings. Those feelings are what will help you define your approach to excellence and become much more than just a graduate when you complete your studies. What you'll learn these next 4 years will be invaluable. But who you become throughout the process will come to define who you are and how you will change the world. While you're with us, I urge you to expand, not narrow your discovery. I know everyone is probably asking you, what are you going to major in? What are you going to major in? What are you going to major in? Just don't let anyone push you into that before you're ready, because I will tell you, you will learn all the tools you need to succeed in your career during your time in the classroom. But the process of finding your passions and your approach to excellence will occur both inside and outside of the classroom. It'll happen in the interactions you have during lunch or walking to and from class. It'll happen in a club soccer match or a competitive game of spike ball on the green space. There's so many ways that you can discover what truly matters to you, and I urge you to be open to those opportunities. Now is the time to explore more fully who you really are. As you've already heard today from your peers, invest in friendships with people who are different from you. Learn from one another. I promise you it will deepen your understanding of others, and you'll understand more about yourself along the way. Of course, you didn't get to this exciting point in your lives alone, and I know each of you along the way had supportive parents, families, extended families, friends, and others who helped you learn more about yourself and the world around you, and I want to acknowledge them here today. Families, your guidance and support is evident, and I think I can understand a little bit of what you're feeling here today. My husband, who joins me here today, and I have been through this process very, very recently with our own 2 sons. And just like you, we've had that jittery first day. We've shared our sons' joy, celebrated their successes, helped shore them up when they were a little wobbly, and then said goodbye and started them on the path to excellence. Parents, you built the launch pad and pointed your children towards the stars. Now you have the chance, and I might add the responsibility, to encourage them to make the most out of the next 4 years. I hope you were listening very carefully to Artis's song, because your children are ready. Your children are in college and excited to be there, and they want you to cheer them on and to help them gain a sense of independence, and on occasion, to permit them to fail. Yes, please do permit them to fail. As Jesse said, it may seem a little counterintuitive to hear about failure on a day like today, but I mean this. Students, do not be afraid of failure. Failure is an essential part of learning and growing. And if we never fail at anything, we just are not pushing ourselves enough, dreaming enough, or reaching high enough. A life without failure is not a complete life. Our faculty and staff will be here to celebrate your achievements and also to help you when you stumble and when you fail, to pick yourself up after you scrape your knee, as Jesse said. With an outstanding service learning center, dynamic study abroad office, nationally renowned career center, and so important, committed and engaged and empowered and outstanding faculty and staff across this campus, you will have no shortage of support and opportunities to experience new things. We are here because of you, and for you. Thank you all for being here today and for choosing Bentley. We're delighted that you will now be a part of this university's rich history and its exciting future. We're so excited to watch you grow and transform, to watch you identify new passions and build on old ones. Your education should not end after you earn a degree with us. Education is, for me, and I hope it will be for you, a lifelong process. The world today more than ever needs leaders who are lifelong learners, and that's what we will help you become. We need leaders who can remain open to new ideas, be focused on excellence, and guide with a moral compass, no matter the obstacles or the pressure. Your years at Bentley will open a world of opportunity for you. I can't wait to see what each of you chooses as your personal approach to excellence. Thank you.
Thank you, President Davis Blake. Class of 2023, please stand.
Today, as a class, you stand here with members of our faculty. During your time at Bentley, you will work very closely with individual faculty members and get to know them as teachers, mentors, and maybe even friends. However, next time you are seated in front of our full faculty, they will be on stage at your commencement, which for many of you will be in May of 2023. On behalf of the Board of Trustees of Bentley University, our faculty, our staff, our alumni and students, I welcome you into our community with all the associated rights, privileges, and responsibilities. Now, members of the faculty, the platform party, please stand, face our newest Falcons, and join me in welcoming the class of 2023.
Please be seated. Convocation 2019 has concluded. In keeping with tradition, all faculty and new students will leave the convocation ceremony together, symbolizing the start of their academic journey. Students, please remain seated until your row is called, and please keep the central aisle clear until the last student has exited. I ask that all guests remain seated until the last student has exited this convocation ceremony. Now, the recessional, please. All second innings?